A siege mentality could be the key to a successful finals campaign for the Sharks. Nicho Hynes doing his best to block out the criticism he's become so used to. He also has sympathy for his opposite number on Saturday night, highly scrutinised Bulldogs half, Lachie Galvin.
Still in the top four hunt with a round to go, Nicho Hynes says the Sharks are where they want to be.
Do you like the fact that no one's really giving the Sharks a chance, even though you've been up there all year?
Yeah, for sure. Like, no one ever gives us a chance at this club. Look at it. We come from humble beginnings here, and everyone wants to write us off.
Hynes does the best to block out the outside noise when it comes to his own game, but he has responded to criticism this year.
I did see you do that shush sign the other day, so you did hear some of it.
No, that's probably more the personal. I'm all good and happy. So
I enjoy when you do that. It just shows how much you care, I guess.
Yeah, I love rugby league. I love this club, and I love trying to be the best version of myself. And I've been away from social media. I go on every now and then, but nowhere near as much as I used to. And I don't see all the hate, and it's hard to avoid sometimes. People talk about it, and even people check in on me and make sure I'm okay.
On Saturday night, he's up against Lachie Galvin. Nicho has seen his struggles from afar.
I did feel for him a lot. Part of me really wanted to reach out and see if he was okay. But we had our own internal things we needed to worry about as well. So, as a young fellow, I think he's 19 years old, going through that and the heat, and he probably would have been getting messages and hate messages and told things that people shouldn't be told to on those hate messages, and it would have been hard for him and his family.
Nicho says Lachie is walking a path to greatness.
All the best players go through it at some stage in their career. I think Nathan's gone through a hell of it at certain stage, and Mitch Moses went through it at a point, and now he's matured and he's come out of it, and look at how good he's plays. And I just think that that's just a part of the role as a key player in a club, and a number 7 or a 6.
Danny Weidler, 9 News.
Keir Murray has thanked Rabbitohs coach Wayne Bennett for trusting him to return early from an Achilles injury. The Souths captain hasn't played all season, but will now face the Roosters on Friday in the Bunnies' last match of the year.
I've got that really good relationship with him, and so he just told me that if I was ready and if I wanted to be back, then he'd back me, and he'd allow me to come back whenever I wanted to.
Another South Star has extended his time at the club, Cody Walker inking a new 1-year deal for next season. The Sharks need the Broncos to lose to the Storm if they're any chance of finishing in the top 4. Brisbane coach Michael Maguire making no apologies for dropping Maroons centre Gemart Shibasaki in a drama-filled week at Red Hill.
The fairy tale story of this year's State of Origin series, Gemart Shibasaki's rollercoaster rugby league career, has hit another hurdle. The Broncos stood down for tomorrow's showdown with the Storm after turning up to training on Monday under the influence of alcohol.
It's obviously disappointing. I'm not going to go away from that. That's but I've been on a journey with all these players, and he's made a mistake, and he understands that, and you pay a price, I suppose, in what we need to go through.
The Maroons centre putting in the hard yards to earn back his coach's respect.
He's out there drunk, got absolutely flogged.
Michael Maguire standing by his decision to drop Shibasaki as Brisbane shoots for a top 4 spot.
I don't think it is a big call. It's the expectation of what's going on, and culture's everything.
And the club's culture was questioned twice this week after Reece Walsh filmed himself drinking water out of an unused toilet.
I speak to the players about that, and we are all different. That's a different one.
The 23-year-old caught up in a second social media storm in less than 4 months after the fullback's infamous punching a mate post.
Whatever we do is magnified, and obviously he understands that part of who he is as a Broncos player, and needs to adjust to the various things that we're moving towards.
The preparation far smoother for the Storm, who welcome back reigning Dahlia medalist Jerome Hughes from his shoulder injury.
After 6 weeks off, doesn't matter how experienced, it's hard to come back into a final. So I think tomorrow night's run is going to really be beneficial for him and hopefully for us.
Zach Bailey, 9 News.
Former Wallabies coach Michael Cheika says his success with improving struggling teams would make him an ideal candidate to replace Adam O'Brien at Newcastle.
I've always been in turnarounds, like from the very start, I think because I have a different perspective on coaching. So to turn teams around, I feel like it's necessary to also turn around mindset.
Cheika has coached in rugby league before, leading Lebanon at the World Cup and assisting Trent Robinson at the Roosters. Winger Nicholas Milanovic admits there is some friendly tension between teammates in Socceroos camp. The former Wanderer, one of 8 uncapped players in the squad, all trying to earn a debut in the upcoming series against New Zealand.
I wouldn't say there's a camaraderie. I would say more so that we're all pushing each other because we all want eventually a spot to go to the World Cup, you know.
The first match against the All Whites is in Canberra on Friday. The Wallaroos say they don't fear England ahead of Sunday morning's do-or-die World Cup match. The Red Roses haven't lost in 3 years and are looking for their 30th straight win.
We've got so many weapons in our team. We just need to learn how to exploit them and exploit England and use our weapons to our fullest.
Australia only needs to avoid a heavy loss to qualify for the quarterfinals.